Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Last time we heard from this fellow some of the things that Balin has allegedly been up to. But of course, this fellow,
the public has a right to know.
If he says something, is pro-Haramont, so can we trust his words? Who knows? Who knows? So what we're going to do is we're going to head to the Shaperate. And hopefully we will find out about these things. What were we given? I know what I mean. No, it's not here. Thought they were. The deeds or something from... Oh, we still have two of these. Payden's orders. I don't know. We got them off Balin's second or something, and they were deeds suggesting that Haramont had offered the same piece of land, or the same area, or whatever, to two different families. So apparently, such a deal should be kept in the Shaperate. So they should know what's going on here. And, oh yes, we have some quests, which we'll probably end up trying to do. So we'll talk to you, fellow.
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Interesting. I'm sure there's going to be some... I'm guessing there'll be books around here for us to read. Oh, Oort, whoever you are.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last blight, and there aren't many records left.
Oh dear.
They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
Some of that Orton. Well, I'm a Grey Warden. I'm not afraid of the deep roads. Oh, I could try to find them.
You're from the surface. What do you know about fighting Darkspawn? There aren't even any expeditions planned until they settle this election. Otherwise, you need special permission from the Assembly or some great lord.
I am a Grey Warden.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Haramont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Okay. Well, we'll look. Anyway.
Very well.
Book. The Legion of Steel. Paragon Caradin vanished in the 11th year of the reign of King Valtor, and with the Paragon, the entire process of golem manufacture was lost. Expeditions were sent into the deep roads to track him, but the Darkspawn drove them all back. Finally, in the 2nd year of the reign of Queen Getha, 126 golems, the entire Legion of Steel, were sent to recover the Paragon. None returned. The Shaper of Golems refused to support any further attempts to find Caradin, and the Paragon was officially declared dead. The Shaperate never recovered from the loss of an entire legion of golems, and never again allowed an all-golem regiment in the deep roads. Anything down here? Scribe, eh?
Are you looking for records of the Grey Wardens? We have many.
Yes. It'd be interesting. It might be interesting to see if they've got anything. We'll talk to you in a moment. Books. Loads of things to read.
Begun.
Considering I've started Kato Shoujo, well, finished it at time of recording. I'm not sure where this will come up. I'll probably only be like maybe a week or two in. Been doing a lot of reading recently, so there. Got to get my give my jaw a bit of exercise apparently. As dangerous it is to mistake a dwarf's cast, is far more deadly to we've already read this one, haven't we? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think we've already read that one. We read that one as Drogrim. In praise of the humble Nug. I once served a human some Nug, and he proclaimed that it was like eating an unholy union of pork and hare. The idea disturbed him so much that he declined to finish his serving, and made himself content with some stale bread. Of course, this only goes to show that surfaces, human or otherwise, have tragically unrefined palates. The Nug is surely the most delicious animal I have ever tasted. Only a dead man would not salivate at the thought of a tender morsel of roast Nug melting in his mouth. The paragon Varen, although his house has fallen, shall always be remembered for discovering the wonders of Nug flesh. Admittedly, it was discovered only out of desperation when he was separated from his legion and lost in the deep roads for a week, but we won't hold that against the good paragon. While Nug pancakes and nuggets... My own children love these, other Nug dishes one encounters most often. Nug can be prepared in other interesting and elegant ways. The late king, Ansgar Iduken, adored Nug, seared on a hot metal plate and finished in the oven, and dressed in a cream sauce flavoured with deep mushrooms. You must be careful when using the mushrooms from the deep roads, because they often grow close to darkspawn bodies. They say that is what gives them their unique flavour and intoxicating scent, but it also means that consuming too many of them may result in curious afflictions of the mind. Oops, wrong button. Books for everyone!
As you say.
The Legion of the Dead. Loads more books. Stone's greetings, friend. You will fight ceaselessly in the Legion of the Dead. The Legion accepts all. So I was told by one of the Legionnaires himself, a dwarf who waited quietly at the entrance to the deep roads. Sorry, don't know why I'm tired. The Legion accepts all. So I was told by one of the Legionnaires himself, a dwarf who waited quietly at the entrance to the deep roads for the rest of his unit to assemble. They gathered slowly, each equipped with heavy armour and fine weapons, each painted with grim tattoos applied at their funerals the night previous. For that is the nature of the Legion. They are all dead. Any dwarf may join the Legion, so long as he is willing to give up everything he has. The funeral rites are sombre. A final goodbye is said to family and loved ones. Any material goods are dispersed to heirs and last words are said, and then it is done. The new Legionnaire marches into the deep roads, never to return. The Legion fights against the Darkspawn to the last, striking one final blow against the monsters that have claimed so much of their homeland. Many join the Legion to clear the slate. Criminals join to avoid punishment. The dishonoured join so that their houses and families need not suffer on their behalf. The bankrupted join so their debts might be forgiven. A very few join for a last chance at glory. But the Legion takes them too. This group hopes to reach the fabled fortress of Bonamar, once the Legion's home, associated with the greatest of the Paragons. Bonamar is a holy place. Its loss, the last great blow against the Dwarven kingdoms, and its recapture would be a glorious signal to all of Orzammar. But capture it or no, all of these warriors will die in the deep road. It is a sobering thought, and I know why the dwarves say the Legion's charge is the battlefield's most frightening sight. They have nothing left to lose. I always think it'd be far scarier to face someone who has something to lose. Because a man who has something to lose will risk it. Because he'll lose it anyway. A man with nothing to lose has no... It's Dark Knight Rises, isn't it? you've got the rope on pulling you up, but well, not pulling you up, but leaving you to safety. So you're gonna fall. I mean, it's not exactly, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. Someone with nothing to lose is just, if you lose, you're in the same place as if you don't win. What? If you lose, you're in the same place as if you don't fight. So before and after, there's no difference. If you have something to lose, something on the line, yeah, you're gonna be different. Right. Let's get to reading the Dwarven Faith. The chant of light is almost never heard in the halls of Orzammar. This is hardly surprising, for, unlike the elves, who are literally abandoned by their gods, or the Dwarvinters, who worship dragons, the dwarves have no gods at all. Maybe I shouldn't be recording if I'm this tired. Right. Dwarvinters, who worship dragons, the dwarves have no gods at all. Even the concept of worship is foreign in Orzammar. Instead, the dwarves seem to venerate the stone, a name they give to the earth itself. This seems practical for a people living underground, if perhaps a bit unimaginative. For guidance in spiritual matters, they turn to their ancestors. These ancestors, who are said to have returned to the stone, communicate their wishes to the living via brutal trials by combat called provings. The ancestors' collective wisdom is maintained by the Shaperate, which can apparently store records in Lyrium itself. Set above the ancestors, above even kings, are the paragons. Dwarves, who have achieved such greatness that they are elevated almost to godhood. These are the great figures holding up the hallway that leads from the surface, the first glimpse of Orzammar that outsiders see.
'Tis begun.
Shaper's life. The blessing of the Shaperate is given only to those who walk with the stone. It is a path that cuts deep, and the road is far from secure. But those who desire to work in memory must first honour it, document the stone, protect her, and present a new history to the memories. Only then will the blessing of the Shaperate be upon you. Balin Idukin, this is a time for action, not cultured debate. The third of King Endrin's children, after, was it Trias and Drogrim in our playthrough, Balin has always been considered the last and least of his family, not the heir, nor the favourite, and not as accomplished as either sibling. Balin's most notable trait was his ability to stay out of trouble. Endrin, we've read that one. Yeah, I think we've read all of these anyway, outside of it things. The Shriek. Oh, I thought we would have read this. We haven't. Scholars call these tall, lean darkspawn the Sharlark, though they are more popularly known as Shrieks because of their ear-splitting cries they emit in battle. Many tales exist of soldiers being unnerved by the sounds of approaching shrieks, clouded in darkness, and never seen until the moment they strike. As horrors of the night, shrieks are renowned for their incredible speed and agility, as well as their stealth. They are the assassins of the Darkspawn, penetrating the enemy lines and striking their targets using long, jagged blades attached to their forearms to rip their opponents to shreds in pieces. In seconds. Whoops. They have been known to employ poison, often drawn from their own blood, and have demonstrated cunning group tactics when attacking in number. Anything else? We have a book and a chest. The traditional dwarven folk songs. Nug sits in the mud, Nug wiggles his ears. You catch the Nug, he slips away. Nug gets to live another day. Nug sits in the mud, Nug wiggles his toes. You hook the Nug, he slips away. Now the Nug runs off to play. Nug sits in the mud, Nug wiggles his nose. You tickle the Nug, he laughs away. Now the Nug sits on my plate. No, we won't. This is obviously this belongs to these guys, so we're not going to steal from the Shaperate, unless we're offered, but I don't think we will be.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us, but it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am?
The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
Well, let us talk about Orzammar, Lord Shaper.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
Okay, so I think we kind of know that. What does the Shaper of Memories do?
The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost hikes. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad.
Okay, oh, well, thank you.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
We can't ask him about the, Have I actually picked this up? That's something I probably should check. We have. Yeah. So, can we ask someone about this?
Shh. Doing very important work.
All right. Let's ask this fellow.
Disgusting. Someone stole from the Shaperate. The memories have never seen such a thing.
All right, we've already done this.
Yes, that's the attitude of many. There's no respect anymore. No responsibility.
Okay, well, let's go through the other way.
Disgusting. Someone stole from the Shaperate.
Yes. Did you get a good look at him?
Memory. I did. He was he's...
Right. So we can't actually ask anyone. Well, we could try and talk to the cataloguers.
Are you with that warrior girl who's always here?
What warrior girl?
Are you with that warrior girl who's always here?
Are you part of the warrior cast or something then?
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back.
I'll let you know if I find something.
Whatever you do, I'd be grateful.
Am I with the warrior? What warrior girl? I'm confused. Right, so I'm going to guess that we showed them the results, what we've got, because we do have them, apparently. Yeah. Oh, I didn't say I'd do it, did I? Did I? Okay, so I should probably ask them about... I should probably get it. Dear. I thought I had it.
I hope you're not wasting my time with more dithering. The choice I gave you was clear. If you want Balin to support you in your surface war, you'll have to help him take the throne.
Right, this is the thing where... I mean, we could just accept both, and we could just accept this, and assumably get the deeds, and see what they say. Or... I mean, can we trust what this guy said about Balin? Yes, I mean I mean out of character we know that happened. In character, we need a king to be on the throne who will help us. Both of them have said they will.